Nonprofit is helping demonstrate the importance of day programs and the critical role the services play in the lives of people with disabilities. It's called the Legislative Breakfast and is being spearheaded by Aspiro. The event featured a panel of families sharing their experiences with the programs, with an audience of state senators, local representatives, county executives, along with Green Bay Mayor Eric Genrich.
My aunt was a client of Aspiro for many years, and we've just always really appreciated the wonderful care and work that was offered to my Aunt Annie. Just the ability to socialize with others, the ability to feel purpose in the work that's being done.
Aspiro was established in 1957 by a group of 67 parents of children with disabilities. 68 years later, they serve over 1,400 individuals and families in the Green Bay area.